What you don't know as a new vending operator or somebody who's looking to get into vending could cost you a lot of money. I'm going to talk through a bunch of things that you're not going to find on Google, that you're not going to find on ChatGPT, that most people don't even know they exist. I am a former vending executive with over a decade of experience. I was an executive at a company with one of the largest portfolios of vending machines in the entire world, and I'm going to show you some things that are going to blow your mind. Free money from ads on cashless devices that you're going to need anyways. So yes, newer cashless devices, not only do they take cards, they also have beautiful color touchscreens that look great and attract people, and they will play ads. And there are programs, especially if you're in the US, that those programs, they'll just pay you like a YouTube would. You're essentially putting a device on your machine, which is real estate to get eyeballs on it, and they'll run the ad program and you'll just make free money. I often see new operators trying to go cheap by buying old machines and utilizing only cash, but I would suggest that you look really hard at going the opposite way. It's great to save money on machines, but there's also a ton of advantages in having a brand new device that looks amazing, that takes cashless transactions, that can run ads and stuff like that. And you can make some pretty significant money if you have busy machines and a lot of eyeballs look at those ads. So there's traditional vending and there's smart coolers. On smart coolers, they usually operate utilizing vision or weight or a combination of both. And the newer smart coolers are coming out with what we like to call a shopkeeper AI, which means they can dynamically adjust pricing up and down based upon demand, based upon spoilage dates, based upon a bunch of different things algorithmically. This is going to lower spoilage and increase revenue. And it's an amazing new advantage to using smart coolers over traditional vending. I mean, how awesome is it that your tuna sandwiches could be getting close to expiring and the shopkeeper AI is like, ooh, I'm going to discount these 50%. And instead of you showing up and having to just throw those away, they're a sold item and you got another customer. There's a gray market for snacks, candy, and chocolate bars where they bought it for cheaper in another country and they've managed to import it at a cheaper price and then they sell it here. Often the packaging is a bit different and maybe not compliant, but I've seen many vending operators utilize this strategy to get a lower product cost on their snacks, drinks as well. So take a look at it. If you're really small, it may be tough to hit volume minimums, but I've seen prices a lot cheaper than you can get at Sam's or Costco or anything like that. Nowadays, with new machines and even some older machines, you can actually change the pricing remotely, as in from your home, from your office, through your computer, through your VMS, which is your vending management system. The main one I've utilized is Cantaloupe to do this, and they can automatically change your price without you having to dig through obscure menus on all these different random machines, trying to find your way through menus using selection buttons and things like that. So it makes it significantly easier to keep up with price changes. Want your vending machines to sell a crazily insane amount? Sell subsidized pricing. I think a lot of new operators don't think about this option, and every time you go into a sales call, you should be pushing for the location to subsidize the cost of the vending machine. And if they do that, the cost will be much lower than people can go to get things at convenience stores or wherever, and it will dramatically increase the revenue of the machine at the location. You want to push this as a benefit, and then you get a check each month or each quarter from the location for the difference in price. You want to charge $2.50 for a chocolate bar? Price it at $1 in the machine, and then the company who owns the location pays you $1.50. This is tough to get, but you should try for it every single time you sell a location. The fundamentals of running a vending machine business: you need planograms. That means you need a VMS that has a list of all the items that are in the machine, and you need to track the sales so that you can change the par properly, adjust the space allocation, and you can set the machine to sell down as evenly as possible. Even sell down is the number one way you get the biggest visits, units, and dollars in vending. You think that you can only put vending machines in places that are already empty. This is a huge mistake new operators make. They think, oh, I can't compete against somebody who has a vending machine in a location already. I'm going to try and find some random corner in a warehouse or in Bob's Towing that doesn't have a machine already. It doesn't have a machine already, most likely because it sucks. You can look at your local city business listings for new businesses that have just like applied for licenses to try and go and sell them on a vending machine. But if you go to an established business and it doesn't have a vending machine, it's probably for a very good reason. Go after the heavy hitters. Even if they already have a vending machine, the company who's servicing the machines already, they may not be doing a great job. It's one of the things I teach within my community is how to utilize LinkedIn and looking at machines that are in great locations already and how to take those machines from the current operators and provide a better service. You can depreciate your vending machines, and not just your vending machines, but for this example, I'm talking about vending machines. You can depreciate them so it saves you a ton of money on tax. Sometimes it's over 1 year. You can just write the whole thing off. Sometimes it's 5 years. You're going to have to look up your local laws. In the US, it's called the Modified Accelerated Cost Recovery System, MACRS, but make sure you're utilizing that. You need to have a good accountant and you need to talk about how you're depreciating all the assets and things that you buy so that you can keep your tax bill low. I teach all these things and more in my vending community. Vending is a tough game to get into, but if you have the right things set up and you do things correctly and you focus on just a few major items that are going to move the needle, you're going to be able to scale up and get financial freedom. I teach exactly how to do this in my community. Go check out the pinned comment. Go check out the description. I've got a link to it. And then also I'm on LinkedIn. I'll put that link as well. If you have any questions, make sure hit me up. I'm always here to answer. Go get it.